All right. Okay, well, welcome to Host Coaching to $1,000 Party in the Digital Space. So this is a whole new topic for us, and I'm very excited to cover this in a very specific way. This is always one of our biggest topics and our most popular topics, because who doesn't want $1,000 party? Let's think about it. You know, that ups your chances of having a much better paycheck. You do a couple of those a month, you're going to wind up with a 30% paycheck. If you're a group leader or above, you're going to get a 40% paycheck. And when it's all in the digital space, you know, you probably haven't left your house very much either. So it's a lot less energy expended, a lot less time expended. But the question is, how can we get the same net result in the digital space as we do in the regular space? So a couple of things I want to do. The first one is, I want to share my screen before I even get started and show you that, and I'm glad I remembered this at the very last second. Whoopsie. I had to log in again, sorry. And show you that we have some very good, we get over to the digital, okay, online party training tools. I'm clicking the read more. And what I'm going to do, if I can get this out of the way here. Sorry, I'm going to move you all back up to the top. Can you all see my screen? All right. What I'm looking for is if you spot it, tell me, and it's the host coaching. I just want to show you where this is because this is worth printing out.
It's right there. A little bit up.
Okay, so host coaching and party game for booking. So if you want more in depth, you can take a look at this because she uses ticket game. Laura Durso does the box game, which is super helpful. And the host coaching. Cindy Waddle talks about shifting her mindset because that is a huge thing. Melanie talks about the importance of host coaching. And then Melanie also plays the box game and how to do that. So that's a video that you can watch. We also have a document for host coaching for virtual party success. And it's,
Yeah, you were right on it.
It's a PDF actually. It's this one right here. So we have two PDFs.
Oh,
one is that's okay. One is the host coaching checklist. Let's look at it real fast. Okay. So day of the booking, here are the things that you can do. Pre-party contact, day before the party, day of the party. This is, this is a little bit different and some things have shifted a little bit since this was drafted. But it's not a bad start. This other one is the host coaching tips, and this is more of a list. Some of the basic ideas that came out in the very beginning. And so you might read through these. You could print these out and read through them just for some extra ideas. But what we're going to do is take some ideas that have come from the field today and talk a little bit about how to make them work for us. The hard part is that we're so used to focusing on getting attendance to a party at a certain time in a certain place at the hostess's house or at a restaurant or something, and helping her to get outside orders, quote, outside orders. Well, now it's this complete opposite psychology. We're helping her get all outside orders. Everything's an outside order. Nothing is in person anymore. And so it is a little bit different. But the first one that somebody suggested, and I thought it was very smart, is to actually send each of your digital hostesses a physical catalog. I thought that's a pretty good idea because that gives her something tangible. You could even give her an order form or two so that she knows what that looks like. She might have a neighbor who wants to place an order. It might be that she actually goes to an office every day and can take it with her. And so we get so caught up, I know I do, I get so caught up in, oh, it's all digital, but not everything is digital. There are people who are still going to an office sometimes. People are still going to church with a mask on. Some people are, they might work in a place where they're there all day with a lot of other people with masks on, but they can all shop from that catalog. So I do think it's a really smart idea to have that. The other component of having that catalog in front of her is that it helps her create her wish list. And see, all these things is the stuff that I've totally forgotten to do. It's the stuff that I would normally do with a normal party. But I'm like, oh, wait, the psychology of it, of getting her involved is still just, it's got to be the same. So we still want to help her create her goals. And so it's very valid to say to her, you know, my goal for every party is to get you to is to get my hostess to $1,000 in sales. And here's why. It's because you max out the host rewards program at 30% in free jewelry. And you show her how that works. You can get 4 items at half price. You can get whatever the host rewards are for that month. And it's probably only 9 or 10 orders for the most part, because right now our national average is somewhere around $100 because of that 50% off piece after $100 in sales. We want to tell her what that customer special is so that she can understand how 10 customer orders will translate into $1,000 in jewelry for her. And then we want to help her make her wish list. Okay, so Amanda, what's on your wish list, right? If you had $300 to play with and another $100 to play with, so there's $400, 4 items at half price, what would be on your list out of this catalog? And we, again, it's back to the basics of what we would be doing with a regular in-home party. Getting her to be reminded of why she's doing it, of the jewelry that she really wants, because if she's got a why, just like anything in life, if we've got a why, we're more likely to stick to it and do what it takes, right? It's not that we're going to try to rope her into a ton of hard work or anything with this, but let's face it, she's not having to cook and clean, right? All she has to do is a little bit of digital work with us, and she's going to get all of that because we're going to do the rest of it for her. And that's the key, is to say to her, I can get you everything that you want on this list, that $300, that extra 100, those however many 3 ice bracelets this month, right? It's only going to be a little bit of work on your part, and it's all digital. The second is all about her inviting. Now, this is where my brain gets really fuzzy, and it depends on whether you're doing a group, if you're doing an event. Some people like to, some consultants like to have the hostess invite people using the actual party link. Hey, Susan, I'm doing a party. It's on Facebook. Here's the shopping link. And by the way, if you want to see pretty pictures, accept my invitation to get on the group or / event, right? So she's inviting them to shop and then inviting them to get onto the group or the event. For some hostesses, that is way overwhelming and easier for them to simply invite to the group. Hey, I'm doing this 5-day online party in a group. Love to have you join in so you can see all these goodies. I have a huge wish list. You're going to love it, right? So we give her the verbiage to invite. We want her to invite optimistic, happy people. People who are on social media to these things. Now, so that's one piece of the inviting. The second part of the inviting is, who can she send the shopping link to that isn't going to want to fiddle with a Facebook event? So it's a second group of people, might be a smaller group, might be her grandmother, might be her friends who are not on social media and couldn't give a pin, right? The third group is, who does she see in person? Who does she see on a regular basis? Does she see her neighbors when she's walking the dog? Is there a neighborhood play group and all the kids come over to their house and they all get together and they see each other at the pool, or they see each other wherever? Because there's still in-person stuff going on. Who are those people that she either wants to send a link to or share the catalog with, right? So we've got this bizarre hybrid going on, but if we can drill down a little bit, we can help her to invite people to the one, send the shopping link to others, and the third way, share the catalog with that third group. So that's the inviting. So there's the goal, the inviting. Then when it comes down to the group / event, whichever you choose to do, I'm not going to get involved in which of that, we have to have her third-party credibility involved in the thing in a really big way. If she already owns jewelry, we're going to ask her to take a couple pictures of herself wearing her jewelry. Amanda, can you take pictures? I'm sorry, Amanda, because you're right in front of my face. I'm just using your name because it's so pretty, and there you are. So if Amanda's my hostess, I'm going to say, Amanda, would you spend 5 minutes taking pictures of you wearing the jewelry that you already have? So maybe she's already got a couple pieces, right? Maybe it's a couple bracelets, it's a necklace, Maybe it's a pair of earrings, whatever she's got. If she's got something, ask her to take pictures of herself in those. And she's going to go, oh, no, I hate pictures of myself. Well, then just don't show your face. It's okay. Show your bracelet against a dress, against your pants, show your earrings, holding them up in your hand, whatever, in the box, doesn't matter. But it's got to be posted by her, because that credibility is really important. Another thing that she could be doing is when she makes the wish list is for her to say, ladies, I've got a wish list and here's what's on it. And she can post the names of the pieces. And if she can just do that, you can go right below it and post the pictures of those pieces so her friends can see them. If she's not willing to do it, not willing to post that, you can say, do you mind if I post the pictures of what's on your wish list so your friends can see what you like anyway? And hey, if your birthday's coming up, you might get some of them as a gift. You never know. I can help you out here. Because somehow we got to make it personal to her. The other thing is that we want her posting once a day, something, anything. Because again, her credibility, her third-party credibility is everything to us. Her friends are going to pay attention to her 1,000 times more than they're going to pay attention to anything that we post. The fourth component is sending the shopping link to each of her friends by around the third or fourth day. Now, we're going to be posting that shopping link twice a day, morning and night, right? So that they know how to shop for this on this party. But when that hostess is willing to send that shopping link to the people who are on the party, it's going to really drive the sales, especially if it's around the third day and into the fourth day. It's going to make all the difference. Again, that's her credibility, right? Is speaking for us. And then the last component has to do with when you're going to go live or onto Zoom. If she could be the one to introduce it and just say, hey, Betsey's going to go live on Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. Hey, Betsey's going to go on Zoom on Tuesday at 8 o'clock. Here's the link. I can't wait to see you all, right? Again, third-party credibility. But for her to be the introducer of that, you're going to be reminding them all of all this stuff all along, but she's going to be sort of like your witness in a way, like standing up alongside of you. She may not even be able to be on, but that doesn't matter so much as long as she's introducing you. So those are some of the key things that we came up with, and I thought they were all really helpful. For those of you who have had really solid parties with solid host involvement, what kinds of things have you experienced? Now's your chance to share. Share it all.
I've actually had the opposite problem. I was on your previous call, I think last week or the week before, and you were mentioning making sure that your hostess is active on Facebook and a happy-go-lucky kind of person and blah, blah, blah. And I had already booked a party with someone by that point who was decidedly not matching all of those categories.
Yeah.
And her party tanked. Just tanked. I have one order that I'm scrambling to follow up on because she won free shipping, and that's the only reason she's ordering. So as I'm listening to that, I'm mentally reviewing this hostess, and I'm going, yeah, this one's not going to go well.
We've all been there, Sarah. We have all been there. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, exactly. But you know what? What's really great is that when that stuff happens, we cannot, listen, this is from my heart to yours, we cannot use that as a reason for being discouraged about any of this. When we have a party that doesn't go well, give yourself 5 minutes to go, stick pins in my eyes, whatever. But after that, start analyzing, well, why? What happened? It's not because I suck. That's not it. That's not the right answer, ladies. That isn't. There are a lot of answers, but that's not it. And the key is, what kind of a person was she? What am I even offering it to the right people? That's a much longer training that we just did. We covered that in the 8 o'clock call again. And again, what could I be doing to engage my hostesses better? We're just trying to make progress. There is no perfection every time, right? And so I just want you to be encouraged. When you have a party like Sarah described, I'm in the middle of one of those. I'm in the third month trying to get orders for this poor blessed hostess. She's precious. I want her to hit that $500 so badly. Same thing. Eeyore. I mean, I don't know. So I'm just doing the best I can, right? You do the best you can. And I love her, but it's okay. We're going to have those. So thank you, Sarah, for sharing that. I get it. Okay. Who has some good experiences, things that have really worked well? Amelia.
So I actually have a $1,300 party now, which is great. And it was unexpected. Like, I didn't do anything other than just say, hey, anyone want to do this? And I had someone who did. She's been doing the back end work. So I want to make sure that, like, I'm going to give her something. She's the one following through. And I'm like, you sure I could do that? Like, send them to me. She's like, no, I'm sending them pictures. Where's this? Where's that? Do you have a better picture? I'm like, don't you want to do this? But
right.
she runs an oil business, so she's not going to do that. But, but yeah, no, I mean, that having a host like that's like a dream. Yeah, not yet. Not yet.
So she's just that. So it's just her temperament, and she just kind of dives in.
Yeah, and I mean, I kept checking in with her. I'm like, Lisa, did you want to give me the number? She's like, no, I'm good. I'm like, all right,
wow.
Thanks. But yeah, it all depends on the person too, and their connections.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. And again, so we go back to the hello, HELLO. Right. It's the, about offering parties to the HELLO. So it's the high tech, high tech, engaged in social media, lots of friends, loves fashion or jewelry, optimistic, cheerful, right? That's what you're looking for. Yeah. Great job, Amelia. That's fun. You found her. Okay. Who else? Debbie Pickens, you shared a great story with me today. Talk to us about your host coaching with her. She just finished a $1,600 party.
Yes. First of all, this is my very first Facebook party. I didn't know what I was doing. I swear to the good Lord up in heaven, I did not know what I was doing. I just threw myself into it. But I stayed in touch with my hostess every single day. And I told her I needed her involvement and I needed her to get engaged with it. And I told her what I was doing every single day. And I only posted in the morning and at night. And I told everybody that. And I told her in the morning I'm going to be talking about earrings. And I knew that she had some. I said, so wear them, show them, whatever. And she was very, very engaged with it. And she went along with stuff. When I did my live presentation, she was on. She would, send hearts and she would talk. And then afterwards, I had asked her, after I did it, if she wouldn't go on and do a live talk about how she felt and what she liked about it. And on Wednesday, I closed the party up on Friday. On Wednesday, she only had a little over $300. By the time I closed her party on Friday at noon, she was at $1,600. And it was just because of going live for the 2 days, keeping her engaged, her cooperation, her being involved, her talking, just like Betsey said, is what moved it on. And I highly recommend that. And I also recommend follow-up afterwards. The way I'm doing it probably isn't the right way, but it's the only way I know how to do it. So I got everybody's phone numbers and everything, because the company will send you, so-and-so placed it in order and blah, blah, blah. So I went in there, copied everything down, got phone numbers. So I called everybody. I called them. I said, hey, got your order. Thank you so much. And I'm looking so forward to talking to you after you get your jewelry. And I let them know that. So, it's once they place their order, you kind of are like stuck and you can't go any further. But that doesn't mean you can't call them and get them to book a party. I got 3 parties booked. And then I got 2 more just for follow-up. So follow-up is really important too. So that's all I can say. I mean, I don't know.
Debbie, that's an amazing story. And the fact that this was your first one that you were able to try. One thing that's important to note, those ladies are patterning their parties after what they witnessed.
That's
And
correct.
so they're going to be working like the hostess did because they saw what she did.
Right.
And they're going to be expecting that same result that
Right.
they got, that your hostess first got with that
Right.
$1,600 in sales too. So, that's the neat thing, is that a successful party breeds others, can breed some other successful parties because they've already seen what this looks like.
Well, I also went in, because I gave a little giveaway, a little sparkle gift. And I thanked everybody, and I mentioned each and every one of their names. So when I was thanking people, I did my my little drawing, but I also made sure that they all knew exactly what my hostess got. And that just made a big difference for people who were maybe on the fence and they weren't sure. And so when I did call them, they said, hey, I really do want to book a party, but I want to do it on Facebook. And that's fine. That's fine with me. I have the confidence to do this. And it was fun. I finally found something that was really fun, so.
Yay. The fun is back for Debbie Pickens.
Yay.
I love
And
it.
I will say one more thing.
Yeah.
I told Betsey this afternoon that, we have our 5 part to doing our parties and in-home parties. My love is in-home parties. I love it, and it's fun, and I stay engaged with everybody, and you get to talk. And I didn't know what I was doing, so I just decided I was going to do this Facebook, just like my 5-part party. And so I took one day was an announcement of who I was, showed a picture, told them what I was going to do. The next day, I just posted in the morning, posted at night. When I posted at night, I told them I was going live the next day. So it was like that. And I just broke it up into those 5 parts that we normally do when I was going live. So if that makes any sense to anybody.
Yeah. You covered all those bases at some point during the week, because that was that was your comfort zone. That's a comfort zone for most of us who did all live parties, for so long. And to be able to mirror some of that into this space, I think is really effective. That's great, Debbie. Who else? Host coaching things that are working for you. Don't be shy. Some little thing could light up somebody's day.
It's not, I guess I can't really say it's working yet because the party's still open. But I'm currently working with one of my girlfriends in conjunction with a pet rescue. Mm-hmm. So we're currently doing a party where her sales, I'll give 10% to the rescue, but I also have the rescue itself lined up for August to try to start doing stuff with them to see if we can help generate some money, and also if they can get jewelry, then they can use that as a means to put together baskets and perhaps then do their own fundraisers, like the person had said about an auction, so they can do that with whatever jewels they get from the party. So what I did find for myself, again, I haven't had as good a luck with Facebook yet, but I keep trying. And what I've noticed is that, to your point, if you're not constantly engaging, or if you're not doing a live or something like that, it's not getting seen. Like, I'll keep checking to see how many people see the posts. And then my hostess will follow up with her friends who she'll notice maybe hadn't seen it yet. So I have a few orders from that, but I'm going to try to do another go live where I can, because we only had actually 3 people on the Zoom, the actual Zoom that we had created for the event. But again, till the end of the month, I'm just going to keep trying to do go lives and try to see what else I can get to generate some sort of business. One of the orders actually was that, I don't know if you remember from end of last month, the split shipment issue that I was talking about. So I actually just took it upon myself. It turned out it was a relative of my hostess. So I said, look, I'll take care of the shipping, and I'll then take it and send it out to both you and your daughter, like have everything sent to me. So that way she didn't have to worry about going to the post office where she's at. It was a little bit tricky with mail going on there. So she was very appreciative of that. And, you know, and now we have people in California and other places where, you know, if you try to meet them where they're at, if they have some hesitancies, either with shopping or with whatever the case may be, just trying to really talk to them and try to see what you can do to help make their experience a good one. So that I've noticed has been a good thing on Facebooks and stuff.
You're so good on the customer service side of things, Raina. It's really wonderful. I love it. Thank you. Who else?
I have actually tried this. We're going to see how good it goes, but I'm actually encouraging my hostess to contact their friends that they've invited and to go onto their notification for the Facebook page so they get the notification of the post. Because a lot of times, if they're not doing the notifications, they're not going to see a post unless they physically go to the page. So I started asking them to just, you know, relay that to their girls. And I actually put a little meme on there saying, don't forget to do this. And it tells them how to do the notification. So I'm trying to see if that would work.
That's a great idea. That's a very good point. For those who are paying attention, those who really want to pay attention, that's a great idea. They'll be able to see a lot more. Very smart.
Something that I picked up from a friend of mine who sells Color Street is she just started, so I did a party for her. It was awesome. But anyways, she tags everybody in all of her posts. So the people who are in the party, if you tag them in the post when you're posting it, which you can't do from Social Hub, you actually have to go into the post and edit it and tag them there. But I know myself, if I get the notification that I've been tagged in a photo or tagged in a post, I want to see what it's about. So that at least gets the foot traffic through the group.
Does it work better if it's the hostess who is Facebook friends with the person? It doesn't seem like I'm able to tag people I'm not already connected to.
It does work better if the hostess does it because then there's that friendship level. But I know I struggled figuring out how to do it because on my phone and my iPad, I have two different systems that I run. On the iPad, it'll show you the list of who's in the group. So you can do it right then and there and just click down the list.
Yeah.
On my phone, however, I actually have to, it's so sad. I literally start at A and it shows me everybody who's got an A in their name and I tag them and then I delete it and I do a B and it's a workaround. So it is a little bit more tricky on the phone.
That's a very good point. And it is a lot easier to do these posts on the laptop whenever possible, except for adding photos. So I don't know, it's just tricky. Tagging is easier on the laptop. Photos are easier on the phone. I don't know. Yep, crazy. That's good. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Some good thoughts. Who else? Any last things before we finish up for tonight? Well, hopefully this encourages you. You know, so I feel like we have been, I feel like we got hit by a tidal wave back in March and we were all kind of underwater and we've been swimming up to the surface and then we started treading water, right? But my thinking is, well, why don't we start swimming instead of treading water? Why don't we start heading for shore? Looking for a goal. Why don't we start creating goals for ourselves instead of survival and treading water? Why don't we create some really good goals for ourselves? Because now that we're developing these best practices and capabilities, and we're talking about things like $1,000 parties, and people are having $1,000 parties. That's what we used to do. That's no different from what we used to do. We're just doing it in a different way. We can create some really good goals for ourselves because it is within our control. It wasn't for a little while and we just had to do what we could do, but we can be swimming, ladies, and we can swim in pretty fine style. We have a lot to be announced on Saturday at the team kickoff meeting for August. So it's Saturday right here on this Zoom page, Zoom link. At 10 a.m. Sorry for all my West Coast girls. Sorry, Shell Stanton, you're going to be up early, girlfriend. And we'll have some fun. We'll be announcing like some fun things that we'll do just to get you on there. And then we we have some really exciting things to announce for August and some really exciting things that we're working on for Glam Jam during August to prepare for Glam Jam. So, and then September, there's some really amazing stuff happening. So we've got, I feel like from the business perspective, the hard part is behind us. We've done the hard work, and we can start swimming towards some really good goals for ourselves. And I want to encourage you to see if you can shift your thinking in that direction yet. And I know it's not going to be for everybody. We're all going to hit that moment at different times. But if I could give you some numbers, some of you girls are numbers people. Just as an example, last year, our organization, our total organization sold, I think, $214,000 in the month of July. That was the lowest month of the year, which is normal for us. That's just normal, July. And then we all go to Glam Jam and we have fun, and the rest of the year is fabulous, right? So $214,000 in sales last July. And so you'd think, well, it's gonna be a lot lower this July, right? Guess what? The number of parties on the calendar is up by 20% over last year. And our party average is better right now than it was last year in July. And I have ways of kind of extrapolating what I think the total sales will be for a month. There's some statistics that I can kind of run that usually work. And if I'm correct, we're going to be selling $75,000 more than last July because so many good things are happening. You all are figuring out all the great things and the great new ways of doing this business. So I just want to encourage you, we're not behind the 8 ball. We're not victims here. We are conquerors. We are overcomers. We've already proven that. And I want you to start believing it, okay? I want you to start swimming toward a goal that you care about, because we've proven that this business is fully capable of giving you what you want. So we're going to give you some really fun goals to shoot for starting in August and in September. So keep your eyes and ears open, get your parties on the books, be talking to fun people. Remember, it's HELLO is our new phrase here, and of who we're looking for. High tech and high touch, which means they're friendly people too. Engaged in social media, lots of friends, loves fashion or jewelry, optimistic and cheerful. That's your HELLO, hello. Those are the people they're going to be saying hello to for your new hostesses. So I love you guys. I'm committed to you all thriving in this digital space. And anything that you can think of that we can do to help you, I'd love to know what it is, and we will do it. Have a great night, everybody, and thanks for all your help and all your support. Let's go have a great end of the month. I'm so proud of all of you. It's been very exciting.
Thank you, Betsy.
Thank you,
Bye.
Betsy.
Thanks, Betsy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Betsy.
Good night.
Night.